Yo, 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 what's up, people? How you doing? This is Real Talk Football back with you, episode 6. This is KG, rocking with my man, Rock Too Easy. How you doing, my guy?
What's the deal? What's the deal, bro? I'm good. I'm good. How you feeling, bro?
Everything good, man. I'm just glad we back. We went on a little hiatus last week. Family stuff pops up. We both got families,
Right.
and you know what I mean. It's all good to take a week off, but we back at the right time with this NFL schedule release. But before we get into those topics, make sure you take a look at that ticker. You follow us on Instagram, follow us on Twitter, follow us on TikTok, and make sure you like, share, and subscribe. And you know what I mean? Hit that red button on YouTube to subscribe to us.
That's right.
Everybody. So you know what I mean? How you been doing, my brother? What's going on?
Busy, bro. You already know how that is. I know one thing. This weather getting on my damn nerves. 1 minute is 80, next minute is 60. I don't know if I want to turn the heat on or turn the air on or sleep with my socks on or sleep with a coat on. God dang. What's going
Walk
on?
around the crib with a sweatshirt or a t-shirt. Like it's getting a little
Man.
it's getting a little bipolar weather right now.
Yep,
But
we just needed to break through. That's all we need is it to break through and we good.
I think we're gonna get that this week. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But how's everything? Is everything else going? How's the business going? You know what I mean?
Oh man, business is doing what it's doing. It's doing good. I've actually been getting a lot of opportunities outside of my business of the training, doing like classes and stuff like that, which has been good.
Right.
And so I'm appreciating all the opportunities and everything. So just rolling with the punches of everything, man. How's everything going with the track and field? Relays passing.
So this past weekend was districts. Last week, our boys, man, they showed up last weekend. It was the first time in 5 years that we lost one dual meet, let alone two. 5 years we've been going undefeated, but guess what? We retained that title, man. We came back on Friday and Saturday. Our boys performed like they usually do on league championship weekend at our place at Hatboro, and we got our 5th straight league title. So very happy for them. They did what they were supposed to do, and this was districts, and our kids performed well. We got a couple kids moving on to states, so it should be a good week for them this weekend coming. But man, listen, it was basically Christmas in May this week, man. On Wednesday at 5 o'clock, the NFL schedule release. Everybody been waiting for it.
Sir.
Everybody's been knowing who they were going to play, but now we know we know which week everybody's going to play each other, man. So we're going to get into what's going to happen in the AFC and NFC, the team predictions, what we think the records are going to be, where people are going to fall this season. You know what I mean? So let's get into it, man. We're going to get into, for first, the AFC West. We got the Chiefs, we got the Raiders, we got the Broncos, and we got the Chargers. Now, we got a new coach in that division, Harbaugh with the Chargers. I'm going to start off there real quick and say I don't think they make the playoffs. Again, for the second year in a row, I don't think they make the playoffs because I don't think Harbaugh, the GM, did what they needed to do for Herbert to get him, secure him another weapon after his weapons left. Keenan Allen, they traded, and Mike Williams signing free agency to the Jets. I don't think they did what they needed to do. Yes, they did, and it's part of securing the O-line. We know what Harbaugh wants to do. He wants to run the ball, play action off of that. But Harbaugh didn't get Herbert any weapons to, drive the ball down the field when he needs to, because Herbert is a talent, and I think they missed out this year with the draft being heavy in wide receivers. You know what I mean?
Yeah, for sure. Not enough weapons around me.
For sure. So I think they go 10-7, maybe 9-8, and still miss the playoffs in a tough AFC. We know the AFC conference is very tough to win in and get into the playoffs. So we know the Raiders going to be at the bottom of the barrel, no quarterback, so not going to do well. Broncos, they got a rookie quarterback, and then they got backups as their backups. You know what I mean? So we
Right.
know they're going to finish at the bottom of the barrel with a rookie quarterback, or if they start Zach Wilson, who knows? But we all know the cream of the crop, the two-time defending champions. They are going to be at the top, I still believe, and they going to be a force to reckon with. Now, I do think they start off a little slow. You got back-to-back tough games in that week 1 and week 2 matchups for them. You got the Ravens, then you got the Bengals. I think they lose both games back-to-back to start 0-2 this year.
Right.
I think they end up, they pick it up after, they got Rashee Rice with the suspensions and all that. I think they still end as maybe the 1, maybe 2 seed. But I think they slide down like they did last year. I don't think they get home field like last year. Go ahead. What are you saying?
Bro, they got some stuff going on with them though, man. Two offensive linemen got caught with some weed. It's the YDD stuff we talking about, bro. Dude got caught with weed. You got the thing going on with the kicker or whatever he was saying in his speech. They got a lot of stuff going on, and it's a lot going on. But, hopefully, the vets, address it and Reed addresses it and they get that together there, man. It's a mess.
But guess what? They still gonna keep the main thing, and they captain is still there. And Patrick Mahomes, he gonna will them to wins when you think they're not gonna win. So at the end of the day, I think Chiefs finish first in that division, but they also maybe slide down to maybe second or third and not get home field advantage this year and finish 12-5.
Right, for sure. All right, so I'm gonna spin the wheel thing. I'm gonna go over to the NFC West. Last year, I got 2 teams in the NFC West making the playoffs. One of the teams, both teams from last year, basically. I got the Rams. They finished last year at 10-7. I think that they will also go into this year and then finishing out in 10-7 and end up being a wild card team. Their schedule is kind of middle of the pack as far as strength of the schedule. When I was looking at the strength of the schedule, that never really dictates going into this year, but they kind of dictated off of last year. But looking at the matchups that they got, their first 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, like they got the Lions, they got the Cardinals, which is a winnable game, but it's a divisional game. At the end of the day, you got to go to Arizona at that. Right. Then you got the Rams. Then you got the Bears, who were high on this year, saying they're going to win over 10 games. Then after that, you got the Packers. Then you'll start to see the Raiders and Vikings and stuff like that. But starting out, it might be a little tough road for them. So we'll see how that pans out for them. I still got them making the playoffs once again at 10-7. Okay. And then I got the Niners.
And you said, hold on, you said they was 10-7 last year too, right?
Correct.
Okay. All right. Yeah. I think they do get either 1 or 2 more wins from last year. But who are you gonna stop? You got Puka, you got Cooper Kupp, you just added Corum from Michigan to Kyron Williams. That's a great 1-2 punch.
The run game's gonna be strong.
They got a young defense that loves to get after the quarterback, man. I think they can create some problems for some people. And I know you about to get into the Niners. The Niners got their own issues right now with everything going on over.
Yeah. So exactly. So as I was going into the Niners, they finished last year at 12-5. I think they do take a step back. I think they go from 12-5 to 11-6, but still able to pinch out the division. Squeeze out the division at the end, but I don't think they addressed enough. I think they lost a good bit, not in a good bit. They lost a lot, and they're still trying to figure things out as far as what they're going to do with Ayuk. Are they going to keep him? Or are they going to trade him? I think there's a lot of more question marks going into this. Then you got Greenlaw. We don't know when he's going to be back from this ACL. So
Achilles.
Yeah, man. So I think that they're going to kind of be up and down, but I don't see them dominating like they were in spurts of the season last year, like they was. And so injuries can definitely take a toll on them for sure, because they don't got the depth. They never really had the depth like that outside of their offensive system. And so now you lost D-line depth. Your O-line depth is young because it already wasn't that good. So Trent Williams, he gets hurt a lot too. He gets dinged up or he does something stupid, but I still see them winning that division and coming out a top seed in the NFC.
Do you think that they need to, even though it's kind of like a get the bag year for Brock Purdy, even though I think he's proved himself to get that money. Whenever they do it, whether it's beginning of the season, before the season starts, or at the end of the year, do you think a heavy load of CMC is going to be due this year? What do you think? Even though they used him a lot last year, he got a lot of mileage on him from last year.
And that's what I was going to get at. He's been fortunate because when he was on the Panthers, he dealt with a lot of not dinged up injuries, like things that ding him up. It's like after a while that starts to take a toll on you. Debo can never stay healthy either. He's always dinged up. So I hope that they addressed enough. Got a young. They went after some skill positions. They got that wide receiver that Ayuk liked. They said at the draft he texted GM like that was a good pickup. So I don't know if that's the next thing up or what they're going to do. They just got to get deeper at their threats. Kittle even gets himself dinged up from time to time. So we'll see how that goes. That depth is going to play a big part for them for sure. And get a backup running back.
We'll see. We still know everybody thinks they are the top team of the NFC. Because of Mike Shanahan and his system and how they do things there. So I don't expect them to drop off too much, maybe still stay in that first and second seed for the playoffs, unless something drastically happens like we keep saying about injuries and all that. NFC East, man. NFC East. We all know that's a 2-team race with the Cowboys and the Eagles. We all know that Washington Commanders drafted their hopefully franchise quarterback, which I think was one of the best quarterbacks in the draft, and Jaden Daniels, the Heisman winner. The Giants did nothing to really get better. Yeah, they drafted Malik Neighbors, but who's throwing to him? You still got Daniel Jones back there, who's coming off an injury, who isn't the best quarterback. So with the Eagles, we're going to start with the Eagles. I do have them at a 12-5 or 11-6. I did have a toss-up game in there, which was the Packers game, which is week 1. We all know how strong the Packers came on last year, right? Jordan Love came on real strong and played really well, played at a very high level. They added Jacobs to the running back position after they let go Jones. Their wide receiving core is very solid. Their defense played well at the end of the year into the playoffs. Almost beat the Niners there, you know what I mean? So I really think that's a toss-up game. So that might be like, depending on it, be 12-5 or 11-6. I don't see many losses after that. You got the Falcons, you got the Saints, the Buccaneers. They went 1-1 against the Buccaneers last year, regular season in the playoff game. Then you see the Browns. We're going to get into the Browns later, but I think the Browns, their defense is very solid, which may give Philly some problems there. You get some pressure on Hurts. You know what I mean? Problems. But if Deshaun Watson rekindle that flame of the year before he left the Texans, Deshaun Watson, then the Browns have absolutely no chance to beat anybody, regardless of their defense and how they play. They gonna
put Flacco back in there. Nah, he's not even on there no more.
And then you got the Giants. It's a dub. And then it's the Bengals. You got the Bengals, Jags, Cowboys. I don't think they beat the Bengals in Cincinnati. I don't think they beat the Rams in LA. Even though it's off the bye week. So off their bye week, these are 3 weeks, 3 out of 4 weeks that are key for them. You got the Rams, then you got the Ravens. So 2 back-to-back tough weeks there. You could go 1-1 or you could go 0-2 real fast. You got the Panthers. That's like a bye week. And then you got the Steelers. It's late December when you get the Steelers. Let's see if the Steelers, with their new offensive coordinator, new quarterback, and Russell Wilson, to see how they start gelling late December. That's why it's so hard to predict what's going to happen with these teams, because they play each other late in the season. That first quarter of the season is very important before that bye, depending on where your bye is. And so it's going to be very hard to predict in the early months, that first quarter, first half of the season, how the team's going to fall. And then it's like, all right, as soon as you see a team get a rhythm, that's when you can say, all right, they're going to get a win here. They're going to beat this team. They're going to beat that team. But like we said in previous episodes, the Eagles are dealing with, is Nick Sirianni going to be their coach the whole season or by the end of the season? They got a new defensive coordinator. They got a new offensive coordinator. So everybody's got to gel at once. And their defense is very young after being very old. Now they're young with least experience. So we'll see what happens with them.
Yeah.
Cowboys. I know that's our team. I got them at 10-7, not making the playoffs this year. I think it's just going to be a down year. Yes, they drafted offensive lineman and Guyton to shore up some line, get some depth work there. And even though he's probably going to be a starter, but we got no running back. It looks like we're going to rely on Ezekiel Elliott. It looks like Rico Dowdell is going to be the starter. They said that, but we'll see what happens. I do believe Rico should be the starter after he performed last year behind Tony Pollard. He performed very well and spelling him at times. And then you got Zeke, who's just trusted in that run, in the run game and in pass blocking. You know what I mean? I do think that the Cowboys took a step back when it came to their D-line and depth and even linebacker play. The DBs will I think will be okay with Diggs coming back, and Bland coming off a Pro Bowl year. I think they should have added another safety. And is Stephon Gilmore coming back, or are you going to sign another DB? Didn't draft a DB to take Gilmore's place. So I don't, even though I think they win 10 games, I don't think they make the playoffs. And then it's going to be who you signing, who's getting their money, whether it's Lamb, Micah, or you re-signing Dak. Who knows? What are your thoughts on those two teams?
Definitely. I think there's a lot of change overall on both sides, on both teams. With the Eagles, you got two coordinators coming in, so now you need time to gel with that system, figure that out on the offensive end, defensive end. I don't think that while I like their two young interior guys, I don't know how they're going to add pressure as far as pass rush pressure with them. They're outside Carter. He can add a pass rush pressure, but it's a little inconsistent. But anybody, there's no threat on that edge after losing Reddick. So you're gonna have to rely on sending pressure with White, or I don't know how Vangio is going to set up his scheme with the team that he has. I know they went out and got a lot of secondary guys, and so they're low key on a rebuild and retooling thing. But overall, I think that they still have their main pieces on offense that can still help them put up points. Kellen Moore, he's saying he tweaked a little bit with that offense there. So we'll see how that goes. We'll see how the tush push goes because Kelsey isn't there. So we'll see how that is, that transition.
You got Saquon back there.
Exactly.
Interested in how they gel, because last year Sirianni's an offensive coach. You had him, and then you had Brian Johnson. They didn't gel well. They wanted to say, hey, we're going to put this offense in, and then you can put a little bit of yours in. And this is what he's doing again with Kellen Moore. So how is that going to work out? So I'm a little skeptical of that too, and seeing how that's going to pan out for Jalen. Sorry.
Yeah, I know what you said. But yeah. So we'll see how that goes. They have an early bye this year, so it's like week 5.
Yes.
So that's a long season after that. Yeah. So hopefully they have it all together going forward from there. As far as the Cowboys, we definitely have lost a lot of depth. Dan Quinn stole all of our players and took them to Washington, so we'll see them twice this year. Right. We have a young offensive line. We'll see how it is. You gotta. It looks like we're going to try to put Cooper at center and see how that works from there. I really like him a lot. Yeah. He has played a full, comfortable, reputable amount of time at center, so we'll see how this works out. We need to establish a run game. We don't know how we're going to establish this run game because I haven't seen it since McCarthy's been there.
3 years.
So we'll see how that. Yeah, so we'll see how that pans out. We'll see how we use Micah with Zimmer in there. I'm hearing that he likes to do this too. Inside blitz, line the guys up inside, send one, send two, don't send nobody, disguise and blitzes. So we'll see how that turns out for us. But we just got a lot of questionable things. You got guys who ain't paid, guys that want to get paid. So it's a lot of turmoil, but that's how it is when you're in Dallas, though.
I'm interested in seeing how Zimmer uses Micah as well, as far as blitzing. Where is he lining them up? Is he blitzing them A gap off the edge? Is he going to have them in coverage more than Dan Quinn did? You know what I mean? And what is he going to do with Overshown? Overshown is come back off of this ACL injury. I think Overshown's a very nice young piece that we're going to coming back to the defense.
Exactly. Yep. But let me spin the back on that thing. Take it over. I'm gonna do the AFC East. I got 2 teams in this division going to the playoffs.
I hope it ain't the one I'm thinking you talking about. I hope it ain't one.
I already know you are. Listen, I'm gonna be honest with you, bro. I can't fake the funk. Listen.
I want to. First. I want to hear the schedule.
Okay. So, first I'm gonna say Miami makes the playoffs again. Okay. Last year they finished at 10-7. I think this year they end up going 11-6 because their strength of schedule. Once again, like I said, I'm going off their strength of schedule. You look at Miami's strength of schedule. They start out, they're playing the Jaguars. They're gonna beat the Jaguars. They're gonna beat my guy.
Where are they playing at? Oh, it don't matter.
At Miami.
They gonna beat.
Yeah, they both. Yeah. Okay. So that's one. Bills at Dolphins.
They're gonna beat them. The Bills didn't add anything on defense. They added Coleman, but I don't know.
Right? Seahawks.
The Bills are gonna have trouble. They gonna rely on Josh Allen way too much.
Right. So we got the Seahawks.
Is it in Seattle?
Yeah.
That's an L.
Okay.
It's hard to win up there. Titans. That's a win.
All right. Patriots.
That's a dub.
That's 4.
No more Bill Belichick. That's a dub.
Colts.
I don't know. Where? Is it in Indy?
Okay.
Is it in Indy?
It's in Indy.
It's in Indy. It's going to be a tough one. It's hard to win.
But that's not an answer. I need an answer, sir.
All right, I'm going L. I'm going L because of this. Because of Richardson. Because he's back. He's going to be healthy. I think the Colts win that game.
I got 5 on it now. That's 5. Cardinals.
5 no, that should be 4.
That's 5, bro.
5 wins?
That's 5. Yes, already.
But I said one. I said what? How many losses? Colts and who else?
No, you just said they was gonna beat the Colts.
No, I said they're gonna lose to the Colts.
Oh, okay. Okay, so that's okay. So that's all right. So that's 4 then. All right, you ready?
Yeah.
Cardinals.
Cardinals is after the Colts.
Yep.
That's a dub.
That's 5. All right, so they play the Bills.
They're gonna beat them twice this year. No, they're gonna split. That's a split.
They gonna split. All right. Rams.
That's an L too.
Okay. Raiders.
That's a dub.
Patriots.
Another dub.
That's 7.
Who?
I can't lie to the back end of their schedule is super tough.
You said Packers?
Yeah.
Is it in Lambeau?
It's in Lambeau. That's a full game.
Late,
so that's
late
7.
In Lambeau, that's an L.
Yep. So Jets.
That's an L too because
is it a split?
That's gonna be a split for them. It's an L because of the defense.
All right, so that's 8.
Defense is better.
All right, so that's 8. Texans.
Texans in Houston?
Yeah.
That's an L. CJ Stroud, baby.
All right, Niners go to Dolphins.
Niners still gonna bust their ass.
Yeah. Browns.
That's a dub.
And then Jets again.
They split, so you give them a win.
So you got them at 8 and 9.
That was like 10-7. That was like 10-7. Or 11-6. It was like 10-7 or 11-6.
Yeah. So it's right there, like I said. So their schedule on that back end, though, like that thing is tough, bro. So after after the Patriots, they go Packers, Jets, Texans, Niners, Browns, Jets. God damn.
Right.
So they got to capitalize early.
Right. I tried to, when I was doing stuff for the teams, this is what I was doing. I was doing, all right, who going to split? Who are they going to go 2-0 against? You know what I mean? And then you look at this. All right, by the time the end of the season, is that last game worth playing, or is that team going to be playing that team? So that might be an L. So I was factoring that in. And I was also factoring in, every year for some teams that are playoff bound and contenders, they always have that one mess up game they should not lose.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, for sure.
Last year, they should have never lost to the Cardinals. So, like, every team, like, you never know. Like, they could lose to the Jags, or they could lose to the Cardinals early in the year, Murray being healthy and all that. Like, it's just one of them toss-up games like that, or not a toss-up game. They lose a game they shouldn't lose, whether it's home or away.
Yeah, you definitely wrote that. So we had that breakdown. Then the other team I got is the Jets. Last year they finished at 7-10. I think they'll end up winning the division this year. You want this breakdown?
I'm looking for it.
All right. First game at Niners.
You already know that's a L.
Okay. Then they got they got the Titans.
Dub.
Patriots.
Dub.
Broncos.
Dub.
Vikings.
Oh goodness, their schedule is trash. That's a dub too. Lord.
Bills.
They lose into the Bills, and it's in Buffalo too, ain't it?
No, the first one's at New York.
The first one's at New York.
Yeah.
When is that? What date is that?
10-14.
Nah, they're going to come down back to earth after they win 4 or 5 in a row. That's a L.
Okay. Steelers.
Steelers?
Yeah.
That's a L. Their offensive line is still trash. JJ Watt going to have 3 sacks. JJ Watt going to have 3 sacks.
Okay. So they say okay.
Not JJ Watt. TJ Watt.
TJ. I know. Yeah, I know what you mean.
Patriots, they gonna sweep the Patriots.
All right, so that's 5.
The Patriots will not win a division game.
All right. Texans.
Loss.
Cardinals.
That's a win.
Colts at Jets in this November.
Richardson takes an L. Richardson takes an L.
So that's 7. Seahawks go to Jets.
Seahawks come to New York.
Yep. December.
Rookie head coach with a good defense. They still lose. Jets win that game.
That's 8.
Okay.
Jets go to Miami.
That's a L.
Jets go to Jacksonville.
You know that's a L. That's a dub. You know that's a dub. Your boy Trevor is out
That's
there.
9. That is 9.
Okay.
Rams.
They lose.
Rams go to New York in December.
Oh. I'll give him that dub. That's a toss-up, but I'll give it to him right now.
That's
it to him
10.
Right yeah.
Bills. You already said the Bills won the first one.
I already said they split.
Okay, so then that's 11. And then they finish with Dolphins go to Jets.
Depends if that's who wins the division game. If it don't mean nothing, I don't know. That's a toss-up. They're not winning 12 games, bro. They're not winning 12 games. Let's say that. They're not winning 12 games. They're not making the playoffs either. The AFC is too hard. So listen. Let me say this. How kick that schedule was. that beginning of the schedule is really easy. But listen. The reason why not the only way the Jets can get into the playoffs
right?
is if they win a division, because we know you got the Bengals, you got the Ravens, you got the Chiefs, you got all of it. They got to win the division to get in, especially in the AFC East. You got to win that division to get in. It's
right, but who sold on Miami?
huh?
That's the only threat to win the
No,
division is
I'm
Miami.
not
Who sold on Miami?
I mean,
Okay, then. So that's why I said they win the division.
I hear you, but you know how I feel about Aaron Rodgers. He's overrated.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Yeah,
Get out of here, man. All right, come on, man. We moving on now. We ain't talking about Aaron no more. We're gonna go straight to the
got
AFC.
you. It's all good. Do your thing.
We're going to the AFC North. I don't know where I'm going with this, but I think adding Derrick Henry has them repeat as division champs in the AFC North. And the Bengals also make the playoffs with a healthy Joe Burrow back. The defense is still intact. The offense is still intact. Do we know if T. Higgins going to come back and play? I believe he's going to come back and play. You ain't going to sit out and not make no bread. So
facts.
You gonna sign that franchise, and then they gonna probably get rid of you, whatever the place may be, whatever.
All right.
I still think they come back. I got the Ravens finishing at 13-4 again, and the Bengals finishing at 12-5. The Bengals finishing at 12-5. I got them, even though I got them beating the Chiefs. You know what I mean? I got them losing to the Ravens. I got them losing, splitting with the Ravens, splitting with everybody basically.
Right. Yeah. Because that's going to be a dogfight of a division. It's going to be a dogfight.
Division just beats up on each other. Like one of those teams might go 2-0 against one of them. You know what I mean?
Facts.
They're gonna have a tough one against the Eagles, even though I got them beating the Eagles. They're gonna have they got the Cowboys. Who knows? I think they beat the Cowboys, but that's another one. You know what I mean? But then you go after you play the Chiefs, right? Mm-hmm. I think they beat the Chiefs. I said that when we was talking about the Chiefs schedule. And then look at this. You got the Commanders, and then you got the Panthers. Are you looking ahead to that matchup against the Ravens? Are you looking ahead to that? Because you got some cakewalks right there. And then you got a cakewalk after that with the Giants. So is your whole focus going to be on that Ravens game when you got these cake teams surrounding that game? You know what I mean? So like that's another game. That's one of them games. It's like, all right, which one are you going to slip up against? Because you can't have a bad week against a cake team in this division. You just can't do it.
Yep.
So I think Joe Burrow,
little margin for error in there.
Yes, I think Joe Burrow comes back from a bunch of his injuries with the wrist and the calf last year, plays well, comes back as with the Cincinnati. I think you see Cincinnati, that Super Bowl team, Cincinnati comes back this year and is the team that might either be first or second, depending on what how the Ravens play. I know everybody's excited about Russ to the Steelers, but they really didn't do enough on offense, and they still a question mark on offense as their offensive coordinator. So I think Mike Tomlin has his first losing season of his coaching career, and he will be out of there because they already talking about he was about to be out of there after this year. So I think he has his first losing season, and he leaves on his accord, not on theirs. So
that's crazy though, because like out of all these years of them staying in they low key be doing exactly what the Cowboys do. It's just we just do it more loudly. We loudly do nothing.
What about the Steelers?
Yes.
Yeah.
The Steelers don't do nothing. And finally this year, you see that he's supposed to be on the outs. Next thing you know, you being aggressive, getting all these free agents, being aggressive in the draft and doing all these things. It's like, where was all this at all these other years when he was trying to build it? Where was all this at when you knew Big Ben was done? You
Right.
knew he was done years ago, bro.
Mm-hmm.
Like, where was all this at when you was letting all these wide receivers do all this wild stuff? Like, come on, man. So
Soon as Le'Veon Bell left, it was over because they had no run game to help Antonio Brown, Martavius Bryant, and all them excel downfield and over the middle and all that. So you lost your run game after that. So
yeah, it's a damn mess.
Mm-hmm.
You done with that division, bro?
Mm-hmm.
All right. So what I'm on? AFC North?
For sure.
I'm on AFC. No, AFC South. I got
Mm-hmm.
AFC South. Okay. So I actually got 3 teams in this division go to the playoffs.
Whoa. Wait.
Yeah, man.
Wait. The AFC South?
Yeah.
All right. I want to hear this.
First team is the Colts.
Okay. I
think last year they finished at 9-8. This year I think they will repeat again at 9-8. Once again, like I said, because their schedule isn't that it's kind of middle of the pack, little underneath. Looking at the pieces that they've acquired. Well, not even really acquired. They re-signed the guys that they got. Then you got yourself a number 2 wide receiver with Pittman in the draft. You got Richardson. I think honestly, due to them actually losing Minshew, it'll come down to Richardson's health because I'm not sure. I can't remember who their backup quarterback is going to be.
Wait, you said you had them making the playoffs and finishing 9-8?
Correct.
We got to rewind.
You want it again?
We got to rewind. You want it again?
You want to go as
a time out because we already said the Chiefs automatically, right? Chiefs gonna make it. You just said the Jets gonna make it. We just talked about the Bengals and the Ravens. That's 2 more. That's 2 more.
So it's 7 go. Whoa. Bengals and did I hold on? We talked about them. Those are your teams that you decided to make the playoffs.
I'm saying,
not mine.
You think the Bengals and the Ravens is going to be?
I think one
better than the Colts.
I don't think the Browns is going to be as good as last year. The defense will be good, but I'm not sold on watching. But at the same, correct. But I think they'll be beating each other up and due to them, their strength of schedule is super tough. Both the strength of schedules is super tough. So
that's 8 teams. That's 8 teams.
And I'm telling you, only one's coming out of that division.
The Colts ain't getting out of. I even know how Colts was my sleeper team back a couple episodes ago, but you're bugging right now. Go ahead, keep it going. I'm gonna listen. I'm listening to you. My fault for interrupting. Go ahead.
Do you want the schedule breakdown again?
Go ahead, sir.
I got you with the Jets.
9-8 in the AFC. 9-8 in the AFC is not going to get you in the playoffs.
Bro, I got him in last year.
Who?
The Colts.
Bro.
What? Yeah.
The Colts did not make the playoffs last year. What are you talking about?
Yes, they did.
No, they didn't.
Remember, and Mitchell missed that throw at the end.
Bro, the Colts did not get in the playoffs last year.
They didn't make the playoffs. You lying? Who made the playoffs?
It was the Chiefs, the Ravens.
You're right.
The Steelers.
Oh my God.
Miami.
No, wait a minute.
Oh,
that was for the game to get to the playoffs. Damn.
9-8 is right. You're tripping.
Well, it's still right there because look at it like this. So you had the Bills won 11, Miami won 11, Baltimore won 10. Oh, that's because Pittsburgh. That's what it was.
Pittsburgh.
That's what it was. That's what it was. And that ain't happening because you just said they ain't making a playoff. So I guess if you swap, technically, if you swap that out with the Bengals, though, but once again, like I said, the strength of schedule, bro, like that schedule is going to be tough for all them dudes in the AFC North.
Right? We get we gotta understand this. We get the strength of schedule. We get all that right, but guess what? Which team got the better quarterback?
Out of who?
Joe Burrow and the Colts. Joe Burrow.
Oh, facts. Yeah, they do, but they still will beat each other up in that division.
Which team got the better defense? Cincinnati.
Colts. Zaire.
We're gonna see at that. We're gonna see it. You're bugging.
All right.
You're bugging.
All right. Let me move on to my next people, please.
Who the other two teams?
But you are right there. I did mess that up because I definitely thought that was a playoff game. But when Mitchell missed that throw at the end.
We already know
so they won that game.
I already know who your three teams is. I already know who your three teams is. The other one.
All right, so the second team is Houston. Last year they finished at 10-7.
Yep.
And I definitely want to.
Do you think they take a step back or they win a couple more games?
I think they break even.
Okay.
And I want to and I'm gonna give you this schedule breakdown real quick because this one is no walk. So they start off at the Colts. So they'll start off strong. Bears.
That's that. Yo, that week 2 matchup, bro. Listen to the.
It's a night game too.
Listen to the games that week. You got Bills at the Dolphins Thursday night. You got the Bengals at Chiefs. Joe Burrow, who's been, if he's healthy, he's the only last person that beat Patrick Mahomes in Arrowhead. Right. That's why they call it Burrowhead. And then you got like you just said, the Bears at the Texans. Caleb Williams versus CJ Stroud on Sunday Night Football. And then you got the rematch of Russell Wilson going back to Denver that week too. So week 2 is gonna be crazy.
Tough, super tough week 2, definitely. But so after that, they'll play the Vikings. They'll win that one.
Yep.
Then you got the Jaguars, Bills, Patriots. They'll win the Patriots. So you got the Packers, Colts, Jets, Lions, Cowboys. Then you'll get an easy one against the Titans. Then you're right back to it. Jaguars, Dolphins.
That Lions game is going to be very tough. Very tough.
Right. So listen to the breakdown. After the Titans, you got Jaguars, Dolphins, Chiefs, Ravens. Then finish with the Titans.
Where's the
Chiefs?
They
got a tough stretch.
The Chiefs game is in Houston, ain't it?
Nope. At Arrowhead.
Arrowhead, okay. That's going to be a good game to watch. But I'll tell you this. I do think that the Texans getting everybody back healthy now with Tank Dell back, running game now, Joe Mixon now. Don't forget about Joe Mixon. He's got 1,000 yards in every season in his career, plus the receptions, you catch the ball. I think they go 5-1 in the division.
You said 5-1?
5-1 in the division this year, and they repeat as division champions.
4-2.
Okay, I hear you.
I'm pretty high on the Colts, but it still comes down to the quarterback. But I like I can't remember his name, the head coach. I like the way he's got that offense schemed up.
Chase, it's Steichen.
Yeah, Shane Steichen. I like the way they still was winning games and still was carrying stuff once Richardson went out. So I think that if he stays healthy, definitely. I'm like I said, I'm on the Colts bandwagon low key, but I'm pulling through with my last team, the Jaguars.
Right.
Last year finished 9-8. This year I say 11-6
for the Jags. I'm not gonna argue. We're not gonna have this conversation today.
You want to do it? You want to do it? Oh, okay. Okay. Well, I'm gonna just leave it at that. Then we can move forward. Then. Thank you very much. We can move forward. We can move forward. Yep. Thank you.
Trevor Lawrence ain't making the playoffs. Just telling you that right now. All right. Last one of the last 2 divisions here. We got the NFC North, which I think is going to be very, very tough. A good division. We got the up and coming Bears coming in with all this young talent. They finished strong last year, even with nobody believing in Justin Fields. Their defense was a top 5 defense the last half of the season. They drafted Caleb Williams, our favorite receiver in the draft.
Rome
Odunze. With all that being said, I still think they finished third in the division. Still just missing the playoffs at 10-7. I do think they do win 10 games and go 10-7. The Bears, they do got a light schedule, but let's just not remember here. Let's not forget it's Caleb Williams. Even though people think he's a generational talent, he's still a rookie quarterback. There's still some schemes in the NFL that he's never seen that he's going to get thrown at, that defensive coordinators are going to beat him, especially when as soon as they get that film on him, they're going to figure out how to beat him. And you ain't going to be able to run around like you did at USC. This is not going to happen. Like, even though Patrick Mahomes does it, I get it. You ain't doing that. You're a rookie. They're not going to let you do that. They're going to put some pressure on you. I do think, looking at the Lions schedule, man, I didn't see that many losses. I got the Lions at 13-4. I like their team. They got a lot of playmakers. 13. You start off.
That's a lot.
They start off. Listen, man. Start off with the Rams at home. I think they still got, I still think they got Stafford's number. They win that game. They at home again against the Buccaneers. Then they go out to Arizona. I think they beat Arizona. They come back home to Seattle.
Right.
I think they start off undefeated first 6 games.
Damn, 6.
First 6 games. Then they got the Cowboys and they got the Vikings. They not letting JJ McCarthy beat them.
Right.
They got the Titans.
Yeah.
And then not until week 8. Oh, no. I'm sorry. Week 8, they get they first tough matchup in the Packers and in division in Lambeau. So they might go to Lambeau.
Let me ask you a question. Can I ask you a question?
Yeah, go ahead.
You think they're going to end up with the number 1 seed?
The Lions in the NFC? Possibly.
Right.
Possibly.
Okay.
They got 5 tough games after that, actually. 5. So they go Green Bay, then the Texans, then they go Jags, then they go Colts, then they go
definitely losing to the Jags.
Then they go Bears, then they go, this is a tough stretch. Oh my goodness. Bears, Packers, then Bills. And then
you say you don't see that many losses?
Nah, I don't, man. I don't. I think they double up on the Bears. I still, with all the talent over there, I still think they double up on the Bears. I think they split with the Packers. They gonna beat the Bills. They're at home. They're gonna beat the Bills. And that game's in December, so that's indoors in December. They gonna beat them. If it was in Buffalo, I would change my mind. You know what I mean? But I think they still gonna go out to whatchamacallit and win it. So I think they lose to the Niners. They possibly lose to the Texans. Split with Green Bay, and that's only 3 losses. And then, you know what I mean? It is what it is. You know what I mean? No, they got a real cake schedule too. And then I think the Packers get in. They'll probably go. I think they'll go 11-6, 12-5. I like what the Packers did and what they're doing. Jordan Love, I wasn't a believer until the end of last year to the playoffs. He played well. He's doing his thing. He earned his money. He's playing well for them, and I think Josh Jacobs is going to take more pressure off of him in the run game and be able to get down the field to those receivers. So that's how I feel about that division. I think two teams get in just like they did last year, but much improvement. We all know the talent that the Lions have.
Right. Yeah, listen, I can't argue with that. That schedule is definitely sweet. It has it's tough run, so we can see how that plays out for them. Definitely, they got the talent for sure.
Yeah.
I'm finishing off with the NFC South. We only got the Falcons in there. They'll win the division because that's just what the division is.
Right.
Last year they finished at 7-10. This year I think they'll go 10-7. With the additions of they got a vet quarterback in there and Cousins. They were going after they got their young talent, offensive weapons. The defense, they got a pass rusher in there too. So yeah, that's just where I'm at with them for that.
Yeah, I think somebody needs to sign Jesse Bates, man, whether it's they re-sign him or something.
There's a lot of free agents out there, bro.
Free agents out there for somebody to have. But I'm in agreement with you. I think the Falcons win this division just because of talent-wise. I wouldn't be surprised if the Buccaneers run it back. because of they re-signed people, but they did lose a lot of people on defense with the Devin White. They did sign Antoine Wilfield to be in the highest paid safety in the league. But yeah, I think the Falcons overwhelmingly win that division unless something happens. Even if Kirk Cousins come back, we got our man Michael Pickens coming right back in there. So I still think even if Kirk Cousins goes down with the injury. So.
Mm-hmm. So we'll see how that plays out. So moving forward, since now that we all got all the teams out the way who we think is going to make impacts for the season, we're going to get on these beefs that's going on, man. There's a lot of beefs going on out in the streets.
Who's beefing?
There's a lot of, it's a lot of, a lot of fisticuffs going on out here. Like virtual.
I'm a little scared. Yeah.
I don't want no trouble upside.
No trouble.
So, well, first thing I'll start with the first one. Shaq and Shannon Sharp.
Mm-hmm.
This thing just went left real fast.
Right.
Shaq was just being honest and being himself. I honestly, to be honest with you, I'd rather you tell me straight up how you feel as far as you're entitled to your opinion of your MVP, the MVP vote. And I'd rather you keep it straight up honest with me than be fake in my face,
Right.
So he kept it 100 how he felt with Joker shouldn't have won the MVP. So SGJ, SGA. I'm over here messing his letters up. Should have won it. You're entitled to your opinion. You say what you said and keep moving. If Shannon Sharp's on First Take and he said that he don't think he would have won it, what's the difference? He just told the man to his face, other than saying it on a platform. He said it on a platform to his face. Shannon, you had no business trying to put some type of coming at him on that type of way. Oh, if he worked harder and he did this, he did it. What does Shaq's resume have to do with what's going on right now? It's just corny. Yeah, it's corny. Super corny.
Him and Agent Zero, Mr. Gill came at Shaq. Shaq, like you said, Shaq was being honest, and like Shaq said, he said, "I love you, congratulations." It wasn't like he was like, "Oh, this is bullcrap, you won." You know what I mean? He congratulated him, said he loved him, but he thought that SGA was the best player this year and should have won it. He was up in front, like you said, and honest, and to attack Shaq in that way and say, "Oh, if you would have worked harder, you should." He's jealous. He know he should have had 4 MVPs, and I'm like, what? The man's got 4 rings. What is he?
Exactly.
He's like, may not be footwork and all that and scoring. Like, he's the most dominant player to ever play this. And guess what? Jokic could never guard Shaq ever. So we're not gonna go there. But like, to come at Shaq with this, and Shaq was, look, hey Shaq, I love you, my guy, but you ain't mean that. This track was a little corny.
He was riding the wave though. I can't be mad at he was riding the wave. He said everybody dropping the beat. Man, let me get over here.
This track was not it. He should have just kept it alone with the post. He killed Shannon with the post, and then you see Shannon backpedal and say, like, I never said I was and all this, but like, you shouldn't have said what you said. Like my man Cam always say, comment on the take, not the person, which I 100% agree with. There's no need to come at the person personally. Just comment on the take. Like, that's what we all talking about here, whether it's a podcast or First Take or Get Up on the ESPN and all these other podcasts. I think you got to be more professional in that, and like, stop going at the person all the time. You know what I mean?
Yeah, exactly.
Bro, but this other one though, this was the one. James Jones and Austin Rivers. James Jones said what he had to say and came right at Austin Rivers. Now, what Austin Rivers said, he said it's about 30 players in the NBA right now. He said he could name 30 players in the NBA right now that could play in the NFL. Now, one, he's out of his mind for saying there's 30 players. There's not 30 players that can go to the NFL from the NBA. And it ain't 30 players that can play from the NFL to go to the NBA to go to the NBA either. Like they just can't happen.
Facts.
Maybe it may be a handful or less than a handful. Because guess what? Austin Rivers, you can't go play in the NFL. That man said, "What do you mean? All you gotta do is line up, catch the ball, and run routes. That's all y'all do." What we do? Is he crazy? Austin Rivers, I know you are 6'4", but you ain't taking a slant or a dig or a drag route over the middle and getting cracked by a safety, whether it's in your chest or in your legs. You not getting up.
Facts.
You're not getting up. It's only a couple players in the NBA that could go to the NFL, and that's it, and vice versa. So to say it's 30 and to say the NFL is not that tough and like we soft and all that, we soft. We ain't the ones flopping on the court or on the field.
selling fouls.
We ain't the ones getting hit in the head and dropping to the ground, a la LeBron James. Like, we ain't doing none of that. Like, so to say this is crazy. James Jones' comeback on Speak was crazy. It was well thought out with him saying he's a Super Bowl champion. He's made Pro Bowls. And then the icing on the cake is after he said that, like, Austin Rivers, you average 9 points a game for your career in your 11-year career or whatever, how many years you played. Austin Rivers, cut it out, man. Cut it out.
I agree 100% with everything you said. I just want to add something here. I don't even know if they would make it through the camp.
Oh,
because let's be honest, you run around indoors is cool, but try running around outdoors.
And you got 2 a days. You got 2 a days.
It's a different world. It's just a whole different world. Respect your craft for what your craft is, and they'll respect their craft what their craft is. You know, don't be sitting over here stepping on other. Like it's every sport you play it has its difficulties, but don't try to compare and contrast because you just
your lane.
A whole different. It's more of a skill-based thing in NBA. NFL was physical, mental, skill. It's a lot that goes in it, and it's a lot more people relying on each other in that game.
Right.
You know,
sure.
So one missed block,
somebody getting trucked.
Yeah, it can be bad. Yeah. Definitely. Mm-hmm.
All right, bro. We're gonna move on. Our last and final topic, man. This is big. I think he earned it. Jared Goff, you know what I mean? He got a big contract. He got the bag, over 200 million, over 180 guaranteed. I think he earned it because of the way that he got to the Lions.
Right.
Got drafted number 1 overall to the Rams. He got them to our Super Bowl. He didn't play well in the Super Bowl, and they ended up losing by less than a touchdown. And then the following year, he didn't play well for the Rams. And basically, when the Rams got rid of him to send him to Detroit for Stafford, he was sent to Detroit to just rot, put him out there with the Wolves to rot. He got sent to the Wolves and came out. He came out with the fur coat. Man, he came out of there with the fur coat. You know,
he definitely did.
He has played well. Yes, did they build a great offense, a line around him, great offensive players around him in the last 3 years? Yes, they have. But just because they put the players around you don't mean that you're going to automatically perform and play well.
Correct.
And I think he has done that. But my question to you is, how do you think this affects the QB market moving forward when it comes to you got Dak Prescott looking for an extension with the Cowboys. You got Tua looking for an extension. You got Trevor Lawrence looking for an extension. How do you think that works out with them as the market says what these QBs should be getting paid?
So basically, he didn't, with that new contract, that put him at the second highest per year. So you got Burrow at 55, you got Goff at 53, you got Herbert at 52.5, and the homeboy ain't even won a playoff game. He only made it to the playoffs one, and they blew that lead to who? Who they blew the lead to?
The Jaguars.
Okay, thank you. You got you got you got Lamar at 52, and then you got Hurts at 51.
Mm-hmm.
I as a Cowboys fan, I love what it did because now it's kind of like, let me kind of bring you back down to earth, Dak. This is
Mm-hmm.
what the market is asking for here. You know, you want to compare and contrast this dude. He's won more playoff games than you. He's
Mm-hmm.
won a Super Bowl. You know, he's proven
Not
it.
won a Super Bowl. He's been there. He's been there, and they win.
Oh, that's
Jared.
right, Stafford. I'm sorry, you're right. So he's been there. He's taken his team to that next level, whether if it's a part of a system or not. He did his job for the day,
Right.
and they made it to the next round. So
Right.
with that being said, I'm banking on and hoping that it is something around this market. There's no need to set the new market
Right.
with what we got going on here because you haven't proven enough, you haven't done enough. But it's ignorant for me to say it. Well, it's not ignorant for me to say it's hard for me to say. When you're like, well, you got Herbert getting 52.5 million. What he done? He's outside everyone else in that top 5 category. He's the only one who hasn't done anything. But
Mm-hmm.
if you're able to work something out around that 52 to 54, maybe 55, whatever,
Right.
just don't pass Burrow market. I'm
Right.
solid. I'm cool with that, but we don't know where we stand with the numbers with these guys because while we're sitting here judging Dak's performance and what he does and doesn't do, our GM / owner, he don't know what the hell he's doing his damn self.
Right.
Dude turns around, pays Jalen Smith, and he paid LVE, overpaid for Zeke. Like he just notoriously does the wrong things and
Right.
handles things the wrong way.
And
If he
it's
didn't prolong,
more the structure of the contract rather than the guaranteed money. It's like
yeah,
learn how
because
to
he got
be
a $73 million sign-on bonus. That's what he got from the rip.
right.
Goff.
Learn how to manipulate the cap. That's all you gotta do.
Yeah, man,
Um,
it's a mess, man.
I feel as
That's it.
though I had a conversation with you about this. Had a conversation with our boy Jesse, who came on when we was live for the draft about comparing Goff to Dak situation. He said, like, if Dak was traded right now for Goff, would you want him? I said no, but like if we got Dak out of here, cool, whatever. But like in the sense of football is about winning, right?
Right. Facts.
Jared Goff has done better than Dak in the playoffs, right? Whether he's won a
Facts.
Super Bowl, whether he's won a Super Bowl or not, he's actually been to one.
Mhm.
Dak hasn't. He's
Right.
been to he's been to 2 NFC championship games. Dak
Mm-hmm.
has. So in my eyes, right there, I'm all about winning. I don't like the regular season ain't nothing. What you gonna do for me in the playoffs? Yes, you got me there. Let's
Exactly.
see what you do, right? So I'll
Exactly.
fall in the lines of for Prescott, like you can take this Kirk Cousins deal because
Mm-hmm.
that's what your playoffs numbers look like, similar to his. You know what I mean? Am I giving you 100 million guarantee? I don't know. I may have to because of the market. You know what I mean? But
Right.
then you got Tua, you not showing up to workouts. Like what? You've had one good year, one,
Facts. And
and
you can't stay healthy worth nothing.
this is your first healthy season, and now you complaining about money and contracts and all that. So if I'm like, I get the market is the market with certain positions. If I'm a GM, I'm looking at this thing holistically. I'm not just looking at the market. What have you done as a player for our organization? Are we winning because of you?
Hold,
Are we
hold, hold, hold. Hold on, hold on.
losing?
Don't mean to cut you off. Hold on. Hold on. Who did I just say the top 5? Burrow, Goff, Herbert, Jackson, Hurts. Right?
Yeah, yeah.
Which one of them got a ring?
You said
None of
Burrow,
them.
who? Burrow. Yeah, none of them.
Burrow?
Yeah,
None of
yeah,
them.
yeah,
So
none of them.
who's the 2-time Super Bowl champion?
Mahomes.
Okay, then. So why isn't he in the top 5? Best quarterback in the league, right?
We also got that $500 million contract. He's going this. That's another point I wanted to make. He's doing what Tom Brady did his entire career. He took a dang pay cut until he got to Tampa, right?
Mm-hmm.
Took a pay
Yep.
cut so the team could sign players to surround him to be better, whether it was on the offensive side or defensive side. And now when it comes to Dak, like you've had stacked offenses and defenses, and you still can't perform, but you won all this money. Tua, you have a stacked offense. One good full year of being healthy.
Solid defense, too. Don't get it twisted. Solid defense.
There's a lot of people that left this year. So we're going to see what happens. So my thing is, like, all these players, I said, yes, I wasn't an NFL player, but I was a college player. Like, I get it. Yes, get your money. I'm with you on that side. But I'm also on an accountability side, as of, if you ain't done anything for me lately, which the NFL basically is, then why do you think you deserve all this money just because the market says you deserve all this money?
Facts.
That's just me.
Oh my God, look at my cat up there.
That Tennessee whiskey that Henny about to fall, or that whiskey about to fall.
I'm gonna cry if it do. I'm gonna cry if it do. Oh my gosh. But that about wraps it up, man. I'm gonna try to save my Henny bottle before my cat kills it.
Yeah, bro. You better get up.
Tune it in. Make sure you guys like, subscribe, follow. Oh, shout out to our guys, Real Talk Baseball. Make sure you tune in with them. We're going to be merging soon, as of probably like next week. So it'll be Real Talk Sports Media. So make sure you guys tune in, like, subscribe, and follow the page. AKG, you be easy, my guy.
Rock boy
you
music.
too, bro. Appreciate you, man. It's good seeing you in a week, but I'm glad we got back on and give the people what they want. Real Talk Football. We'll see y'all next week.
Sir.